light of recent events regarding malicious spamming and accidental spamming, I've spoken with some of the older accounts and bigger accounts on the various social media channels, and I've decided to do this little tutorial because there's still a lot of people that don't know these things and they might be doing something that is rude unintentionally. So I'm making this tutorial to just clear up some things. Okay, so there are three things we're gonna talk today: the do's and don'ts, the tips and tricks about increasing your channel, and some comparison between the social media channels, just so you can know what works for you best and you can choose while being better informed. So without further delay, let's get to it. Hope you can all hear me okay. And all hear me okay. I have my mic on today. If there are any issues with the sound or image, please let me know. Okay, so I have open chats for Picarto, Twitch, and YouTube. And if you don't know all these, stay with me till the third part of this discussion, and I will talk about all of these channels so you can know better about them if you didn't already know. Okay, so first of all, real world manners still apply to the virtual world. So if you think something is not okay to do it in real life, chances are it's not gonna be okay to do it on a forum or a chat or some other social media platform. Manners do differ from culture to culture. I mean, some cultures are more open to socializing than others. Some people are more open to socializing than others. So, if you don't know them, um, ask what works for them. And this is in regard to tagging or emailing or stuff like that. And another thing to have in mind, which is really important: spamming or misposting can get you blocked, reported, banned, deleted, and admins don't always have the time or patience to explain to you why you're being blacklisted. So, mm, I sometimes probably broke the rules on some groups as well because they have very long rules and I'm in several groups, so I might forget which are the rules for whatever group I'm in, and so I would sometimes break a certain rule regarding the way to post something and I would get kicked out. Initially I got a bit confused and upset, like what's happening, why didn't the admin told me? And when they have huge groups, they really don't have the time to reply to you and tell you, hey, you've done something bad, please don't do it again, please read the rules again. So what I do is I avoid these types of groups and I go into groups that work best for me in regard of being able to manage people and state the rules clearly, and in groups that communication is better. So what you can do and cannot do on a social media. So you can inform. It's not okay to spam. And what constitutes spam differs from one platform to another. For example, thanking people for compliments and replies is a good thing in general, but don't thank and tag every single person for every like you ever get, because that can be considered spam and you will get reported, banned, deleted, and so on. Let me just show you some examples of accidental spamming that isn't okay. So for example, this lady recently tagged me to thank me that a few weeks ago or months, I don't remember when, I liked her post at some point, and she was very happy, and she tagged and thanked everybody, and she had her account filled with this, with every person that ever liked something of hers. And this is generally considered spamming if you're trying to rake up your views, and is not considered a very good thing to do. So I would recommend against doing this. On some groups on Facebook, it is forbidden, and you will automatically get banned and kicked out with no explanation. And you might get the reply that you should have read the rules. So keep in mind that some things like these are not always tolerated or approved. Okay, so next, tagging friends or people that have consented to your tagging. That's a good thing. For example, on some social media platforms, there are a lot of bugs. Hi June, happy to have you. So on some social media platforms, there are bugs. So tagging may be a good way to make sure that your friends get your notifications. Tagging random people that you don't know very well can get you, again, blocked, reported, banned, deleted, and so on. For example, on some social media platforms, you have a maximum number of people you can tag. For example, on Two is 10 people. On Facebook, it's 50. So these things are done to prevent mass spamming, and generally advise against doing that. There are some cases where you have a big event and you have a lot of friends and you want to make sure that they all get it. For example, the Color Me Collab event. It's a really awesome event. Let me just tell you about it. Color Me Collab. Not back, forward. Get another 2-page. Color Me Collab. So this is a page that's dedicated to collaboration between artists in coloring. So whenever the admin posts a new event, she will often tag everybody that is in the group, or at least try to tag everybody so that everybody gets the notification, because this platform doesn't allow the admin to send an email, or there isn't a really good way of notifying everybody, hey, this week's event has started, don't forget about it. I, for example, need reminding for this. So have in mind when it is allowed to tag a lot of people and when it isn't. Like in the example I showed you, is not exactly okay, and if you don't have the permission of the person, that person might get upset and report you, and then you could get banned, deleted, and so on. A great way to get to know people more is to share their content of accounts that you like. It's not okay to ask for shares on usually any social media. You can ask friends for support, like if you're taking part in a competition or something like that. But, just, or, followers that appreciate your work, you can make a post and say that. But again, it's different from platform to platform. For example, for Facebook, you are allowed to ask for shares and stuff like that, but in other social medias, for example like Two, that wants to prohibit and diminish spam, asking for shares is not okay. It's generally good to send and accept friend requests from your fans. They might want to know you better. Don't beg for a friend request if somebody doesn't want to be your friend on whatever social media because they don't know you. Don't insist, because again, you will get reported, blocked, or banned. Um, if And friendship, it's like in real life. You give some of your time, and then you can ask for some of the other person's time. For example, if you've liked that person's photos, if you commented on that original content creator, so if you show your support, then you're much more likely to be accepted as a friend. Just coming out of the blue and asking to be someone's friend, you're most likely gonna be viewed as a spammer and will get blocked, reported, banned, and deleted. And like I said, it's good to support your favorite original content creators by subscribing and sharing their work. Hi! Hi, Kirani. Oh, sorry it doesn't work. I don't know what's happening. You always have that problem with Picasso. So, the way that you can support your favorite original content creators is by subscribing and sharing their work, because this gets their work out, more people will see it, and it increases their rating and their likelihood to be found. Don't subscribe only if they promise to subscribe to you. Don't share for share. Don't follow for follow. If you unfollow someone because they didn't follow back, is not a good thing, and you'll not be viewed as a very good person. But again, like I said, differs from platform to platform. For example, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, where it's just a spam fest mostly, and they're not really communities like you have on like you have on Tapastic. These strategies of spamming will work, but you might not get the effects that you wished for. For example, I tried follow for follow groups on Facebook, and yes, you do have these, and you just have a lot of people that follow you and expect you to follow them back, and sometimes they will have really bad content on their page that you really don't want to follow, and they will follow everything that they can see, and if you don't follow back, they will unfollow, and it's a waste of your time. And I just got, I think, 1,000 followers on Facebook doing this in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and those were pretty much ghost followers. My engagement actually fell. Yeah, it's not pleasant. I tried it out of curiosity, and it actually lowered my engagement. It affected negatively my page doing this. There are people that don't care about your content, and you'll just rake up your follower count on these platforms, and there's no real benefit to this. And you can also buy views and followers. I've gotten various offers, like of 140 euros for 1,000 followers that are just ghost and empty followers. They're useless. And let me just go to YouTube and just find some videos to will explain this better to you. Kurz gesagt, I think it's spelled. Facebook in a nutshell. Okay. So these guys have some awesome videos on a various number of topics. And I should okay. So how Facebook is stealing views, how Facebook is also treating your viewers, because for example, I have almost 2,000 followers on Facebook. Look, there's June. I have almost 2,000 followers on Facebook, but it only reaches a small percentage of my followers because I don't pay Facebook. And also, if those people that do reach that small percentage, if they don't click or like or comment on it, it will not reach the others. So people that might like my work will not see it because some other people didn't immediately like and share it. And that is a pretty crappy system that works against you, not for you, and it's just designed to get more money out of you. And I personally don't like the algorithms on Facebook. So that's why I've joined too, and I will get to that a bit later. Okay, yeah, we hate it. Another thing to have in mind, post only original content that you've made or own copyright to. And if you don't, give credit and link to its creator when you share someone else's work. Because if you don't do these things, it will be considered theft. And it's not okay. And also on some sites that promote original content like YouTube, like Too, and so on, it will get you blocked, reported, banned, and deleted. So post only original content or that you own copyright to. You know, if you're on Facebook and you're posting pictures of your cat or your dinner, it's okay. It is your work. It is your creation. But you know, stealing pictures from some other uh, accounts and posting it on yours, like you have various numerous accounts on Facebook, that is theft. And Facebook is so big that it doesn't have the time or the desire really to weed out all the bad accounts. That's why I prefer Too, because the and YouTube, because the people there will the employees will go through the accounts, and when you report abuses, they will resolve them. YouTube has gotten really big, so it's not always possible for them to do this, but Two and Society 6 are still small enough to be able to manage their members. And because it's such a big social media platform, Facebook and YouTube, because they are so big, it falls to us as a community to keep it clean by reporting bad content and bad users. Yeah, only if you register, then you have to pay, and it's not okay. So it falls to us as a community, if we want to keep it clean, to make an effort to do so. For example, Instagram, I don't know if it happened before it got bought by Facebook or after. Um, it has gone downhill and it has become a spam fest. And people in the community on Instagram are trying to fight back, but kind of failing because it's just gotten so big and out of hand. And basically, the idea is get yourself informed, don't steal, don't post without giving credit, don't support bad users, don't subscribe or share or even give views to a bad account. It falls to our responsibility as well as consumers to not encourage bad behavior, not support bad behavior. And also, you know, there are people that are noobs, that are new, they don't know these things, so it's not okay to be policing these things too violently, like don't attack other members because you feel you've been wronged or that they broken the rules. Often ask someone that is an older and more experienced account what to do. Like for example, I thought that this person was spamming and stealing, and I didn't know what to make of it, so I asked other bigger accounts like June, like Takibot and other accounts, what to do about this, how to manage it. And I got from the support of Two an email saying, "Oh no, just saying thank you. And if she keeps tagging everybody like this to say thank you to everything, it will be considered spam and taken down." So, you know, get informed. It's good to keep the community clean. It's important to do this. But, and for example, on some groups in Facebook. For example, for animes or for drawing or stuff like that, you have to the rules in some of these groups are that you have to provide the reference image that you've used so as to prohibit tracing. So sometimes if the person forgets to put the image, he will get bashed and attacked by the other members as to why didn't you put the link? Why didn't you provide the reference image? And it's not really okay, and that person will feel attacked and bad, and maybe they made an honest mistake in not forgetting to put these. So it's not the end of the world. Don't go hunting after people. Just, explain as nicely as you can, or tag the admin who has more experience in explaining to people what is right and what is wrong. So again, ask for help from experienced users or older members of the network when faced with a problem. And please don't troll, don't use hate speech, don't join negative groups. If you did join a bad group or guild, leave and find something better. For example, this group artist is really awesome. The admin here is a really nice lady. I really enjoy all the work that she does as an admin. She is an awesome person. And also you can join the Mana Up group. Again, also an awesome group of people that support and teach and share with you, so you don't get into bad situations where you're blocked, reported, banned, and even deleted, removed from the group. And again, like I said before, real world manners still apply to the virtual world, so be polite and nice and join nice groups of people on platforms that reward healthy relationships. And like I said, don't abuse hashtags, don't mistag just to rake up your views, because it will not be okay. Let me see if I can get an example for you. Grade A has explained this very well. I don't know if you know Grade A on YouTube. See if I saved his video. I'm gonna look for it. Let's see if I save it in tutorials. My internet is really slow. Come on. No, I did not. So I will go on YouTube. Grade A tagging. Never use Pinterest for videos? You never used. Yeah, it's very good. I can save tutorials. No results. Mistagging. Bad tags. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not finding the video now. I will have to search for it later. So Grade A and some other YouTubers were explaining how some other big accounts on YouTube were using tags incorrectly in order to rake views. Like, for example, they were making a video about their lives and using tags like Taylor Swift or Justin Bieber or something else like that. It was totally unrelated to their lives. They weren't even mentioning those people in their videos. It was totally unrelated to those artists. But tags like Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Maserati, Lamborghini, or whatever will attract a lot of views to their video. And it is considered spam, it is considered bad, it is abusing the guidelines of YouTube. And at the moment, there aren't any rules that can penalize you for such bad behavior, but they're working on it, and it will be taken out eventually, and you will find yourself blocked, reported, banned, and deleted, and so on. So Don't do things that go against the guidelines of a community if you want to be a good user. Now on to the third part of the video, the tips and tricks about uh, growing your channel. And it's pretty much a no-brainer if you're a nice sociable person, because it's social media after all. So reply to non-spam comments, engage with your following, post non-spam posts, 1 to 5 posts a day depending on the channel. I've seen that 2 posts work okay for me on Facebook. On 2 I post maybe 5 times a day maximum. I don't feel the need to post more. On Instagram you can post again several, but don't post them all at the same time, because some people might get aggravated and think that you're spamming their channel and unfollow you. And always post stuff that is related to your channel and that is high quality. So if you have, for example, a watercolor painting channel, don't post pictures of your dinner, don't post pictures of your infected toenail, don't post useless things like that, because while people, some of them might sympathize with you and say, oh, your poor little toe, I'm so sorry, hope you get better, a lot of people might find it distasteful and be aggravated and unfollow and consider you unprofessional, because your infected toenail is unrelated to the flower paintings you were posting. It's good to follow back and support good accounts, and by good accounts I mean people that post original content, high quality, with positive messages. Don't support bad accounts that use hate speech, that are racist, sexist, whatever, that engage in negative behavior such as consuming alcohol or drugs or something like that. Like I said, it's a no-brainer really, but it's good to be careful about these. And even if you follow accidentally, or for example on Facebook, people will buy following on their account. So I've many times found myself with bad accounts in my like list on Facebook, accounts that I have never liked myself, but they have gotten into my like list because they bought my account basically. And you can pay this to write to Facebook or to some other businesses that then buy it from Facebook. This is amoral from my point of view. It doesn't seem to be illegal yet that much. This is a new frontier, people, so a lot of rules and regulations don't exist within the laws of each country regarding your protection against these things. So be careful. You might find yourself have liked a neo-Nazi page or some communist page or whatever kind of dead children page or something like that. You might find it in your like list. So every now and then go and check to see that you don't have crap in your list accidentally or maliciously put there by somebody else. Another thing that is good to do is help other people through advice tutorials like I'm doing right now, through services. If you're a musician and you know artists that have YouTube pages where they draw, they will need music. For example, my channel, in my speed paintings, for example, I've drawn something here. It's me painting. And now I have music from a royalty-free website. I have music from a royalty-free website, and this would be great for me if I could use the music from somebody else, for another artist that wants to promote his or her music. And I have done this for other videos where either friends of mine that are composers that have given me songs of theirs to post, and at the end I give them credit. And this is a really neat way to cooperate and cross promote with other people. They get to see, their followers get to see your drawing skills, and your followers get to hear their awesome music. And when you want to help somebody, don't be condescending. Like, for example, I've had people comment on my posts like, oh, why don't you give this link, and why don't you put more stuff in your shop, and why don't you do this and that. And I'm like, I don't have the time, I'm very busy, and I'm sorry I couldn't give you all the links. But here, if you want to buy this, I can give you the link here, and I can send it to you. And that person never replied. They just wanted to show off how smart or great they were. They weren't really interested in buying my stuff. They weren't really interested in helping me. And I've probably been rude myself when I had a bad day on some forum somewhere. I don't know. I'm sorry. I try to be helpful, and it's good to try and be helpful. What other things that help, your posts reach more people is to use pictures, GIFs, or videos in your posts. Just posting a link with some text is probably not going to attract a lot of attention because people are very busy nowadays and they really don't always have the time to read everything. Most people are like that. Some people will maybe have more inclinations to read more, maybe on book clubs, book groups. But in general, it's good to have a picture or a video in your post. Another thing that is good for your channel is to be focused, to specialize your channel in something. For example, my channel is comics and games. This is what I do. I do comics and I do games. But I also enjoy gardening, I enjoy cooking, but I don't post these on my channels because they're not related to comics and games. And people that want to read comics and are interested in video games or board games, when they come to my channel and keep getting pictures of food or flowers, they might not be interested and just go away. So it's good to keep your channel focused on what is important, what is your main area. If you do want to do about gardening or music or something else, make a different channel and administer that as well. If you don't have enough time to do all of these properly, then just focus on one of them, because otherwise you're just gonna be all over the place and probably lose following because of that, because you won't seem professional, you won't seem dedicated, you won't seem committed to offering quality content on a consistent basis. So people will not come to your channel. Offer different types of services and merchandise to generate income. Like, for example, just having a YouTube channel that has, I don't know, 5 million followers or 10,000 followers or 100,000 followers, that's not going to generate a lot of ad revenue. Ad revenue is pretty small, so you will not be able to sustain a family by having just a successful YouTube channel or a successful Facebook page. Facebook doesn't even pay you anything. You have to pay it, so you're losing money if putting too much time in Facebook. Putting time in social media platforms that reward you financially is a very good thing. You will get a tiny bit of income from there, but it's not gonna be enough. So for example, Awkward Yeti, Gamer Cat, I'll go on Tapastic. So, for example, Gamer Cat, she has the Gamer Cat franchise, Samantha Whitney. She also has some other projects going on, but they're not as well known. And she has a website where she sells merchandise. She sells a lot of things. You can also support her on Patreon, so she will have some extra income from Patreon as well. Like she gets $600 a month from here. She gets, I don't know how much from Tapastic. She might get from YouTube. She might get a lot of things from different places. And in the end, she might get enough to get by. For example, Awkward Yeti. So the Awkward Yeti is another comic book writer, and he again has plushies, has mugs. He goes to conventions. He has books that he sells in the shops. He has a lot of things that are around his creations. So he has multiple places where he gets revenue. He gets revenue from the websites that he posts on, like Webtoon, like Tapastic. You can find him on Society 6 as well. So you're not gonna get enough money from just one channel in order to pay all your bills and your family and your cat and your dog. You need to branch out, and this is what he's done. And you can also, he has some podcasts, I think. He has um, YouTube vlogs, and he explains there what he does and how he does it. He has financed the plushies on Kickstarter. He has financed and GoFundMe for the trading card game that he was working on. So, like I said, branch out. Another thing to do is to join good groups of like-minded people. And for example, is Team Mana Up, that is dedicated to promoting and helping small accounts. For example, Team Mana App has taught me how to activate my Twitch donations, and this is a really cool new little feature. For example, on Twitch now it has you have the option to donate directly to the channel that you like. So aside from my shops where I offer merchandise, I also have now a donate button that I'm using to help fund my video game. And here is where you can donate on Twitch, and it's connected to PayPal. This is really awesome little feature that I had no idea about, but you learn about these things by talking to people, by socializing, by networking. So joining groups like Team Mana Up is an awesome way to get informed about these options that are there for you and are good for you, because there are often people that have done this first before you, and they can teach you how to do it yourself. Now this is going to be a bit of a broad discussion, so I need to drink some liquid. I've never talked so much in my life, and I didn't know it's gonna be such a big effort. Okay, so the social media channels out there and what's best for you. The things that I look for in joining a community, joining a platform, is that it has a good community of good-willed people, of people that, like I said, want to help, want to educate you, want to promote you, want to just teach you how to improve. Another thing that is important to me, to have good staff, to have the people that have created the platform to be still connected and invested in that platform. And if you have a problem, you can just email them and they will fix it. For example, 2 is good at this, Lulu is good at this, Society 6 is good at this. Tapastic is good at this. Tapastic has underwent some changes in their website and a lot of stuff wasn't working. And I had just joined it and I didn't know what was happening. So I emailed them and I said, like, what is going on? I just joined and it's total crap. I can't work with this. What's going on? And they said, yeah, it's not working at the moment, but we're gonna fix it. And they did fix it, and they sent me an email telling me that it's fixed, so I came back, and now it's all good. I'm interested in platforms that pay for my original content because I am an original content creator. I have the games and the comics that I've created, so I'm looking for platforms that reward this. I'm not gonna invest much time in platforms like Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr or Instagram that don't give me ad revenue. I'm more interested in YouTube, I'm more interested in Sue, and I'm more interested in Tapastic because they do give me ad revenue. And it's not much, but it's a penny earned, not a penny spent. I really dislike the fact that Facebook constantly harasses me about paying them so that I can reach my following. People that have already said they want my stuff and they can't get it because I have to pay Facebook and I'm not generating any income from Facebook. So that really is a waste of my time. But like I said, there are other things that might trope that, like for example, large membership. Facebook has 50 million members. Zoo has only 2 million people on them. So it's a good reason to keep being on Facebook because there's so many people there that I can, then tell, well, how about you follow me on better places like Tapastic? How about you come and follow me on YouTube or Twitch? Because there are places where your support actually counts. Your likes and your views generate income for me. So it's much more helpful for me to come to YouTube and like my stuff and subscribe there and help me there rather than on Facebook. And another thing that is important to me is that they are interconnected. Like for example, Facebook is everywhere. You can share through Facebook everything, and that's really important. For example, on Instagram as well, you have several options. When I post something on Instagram, it will go to Facebook, it will go to Twitter, it will go to Tumblr, it will go to Flickr even. And there are several other buttons there that you can connect between them. And now to discuss the comparison between all these social media platforms. Like for example, LinkedIn is more business oriented, but it's from the same type of platform like Facebook and Google Plus and Sue. Google Plus is pretty empty, so I just share there interconnected with other platforms. I'm not really active there because there's no really a lot of people there that are active. I'm most active on Sue and out of necessity on Facebook. I prefer Sue, like I said, because it pays for my content. Tumblr and Twitter and Instagram, you can't really have a conversation here. It's just, to post information. It's more like a billboard. It's not that much of an interconnected community from my opinion, my point of view. You can't really have political debate on Twitter, but God knows people try to do it, and it's just a mess. From my point of view, I don't find any appeal in Twitter. It doesn't really work for me. So again, I prefer to be on Sue. And I'm on Instagram as well because it's easy to get to a large following. I have 2,000 and something followers on Instagram with not a lot of effort because my content is very visually oriented and appealing. So it's easy to have success on a platform like Instagram or Tumblr for me as an artist. I've been asked to come on Tumblr, but I don't want to because I don't have the time to manage that account properly. Yeah, in a lot of people consider, going to Facebook and Twitter to check you out to see if you're worth anything. So, if you have a lot of followers on Twitter or Facebook, they'll think, oh, maybe there is something to this person. And it doesn't matter if your followers are ghost accounts. Someone might look at this and go, oh, yeah, that person has a lot of followers. And if they are going to offer you a commission or something like that, they're going to take into account how many followers you have. So if you have like 10 followers on Twitter, they're gonna give you a um, really shitty price offer for your work. But if you have like 10,000 followers on Twitter, then they won't bother you with any insulting offers, or they'll give you more money. Like I have people, I was on Twitch and I have a really small following there. So someone came up to me and like, oh, I like your work. Yeah, will you do a logo for me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Go to my Facebook and leave me your information and what you want and all that. And then he went to my Facebook account and saw how many followers I had and then disappeared. Because he realized that I wasn't exactly a nobody that didn't know how to do much, or whatever reasons he had, he didn't follow through on his uh, yeah, on his request, because he thought, oh, she has a lot of followers, she's gonna want a lot of money for that, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. And I've noticed a lot of people, they get like these bullshit offers on Twitter and stuff like that, and like seriously, who um, looking for jobs on Facebook and Twitter is not the best idea in my opinion. Going on LinkedIn or Freelancer or stuff like that is much better option. Looking for commissions. Even on Picarto, you have the option to activate your commissions and then do artwork through them. Also, there are video channels if you have video content to share with people. Vimeo is more artsy, more professional looking. I really like their design. And I have my portfolio and trailer there, but nothing else. I stream on Picarto often. I'm streaming right now, and it's more artist oriented. So if you're a painter, it's a good place to be. If you're a gamer, not so much. For gaming, it's better to be on Twitch. For example, on Twitch, I have very little success and very little people come and view because I am a artist and I'm using a gamer platform. So therefore, there are not a lot of people that are interested in what I'm doing. But Twitch is trying to turn around things and be more like YouTube, like for everybody. YouTube and Vimeo are for everybody. They're not specialized for a certain type of content creator like the other two are. And also Twitch has the option of Twitch alerts, Twitch donations, so that's why I'm there, because it's much more attractive in the services that it offers. Picarto doesn't offer these things, and I hope that sometime they will, because it's a very good thing to have, a nice feature that I think will attract more people to Picarto. And then you have various shops. There are print on demand, or you have to do them yourself and sell them, or there are self-publishing places. I, for example, prefer Lulu and Society 6 because of these criteria that are important to me, these 5 criteria. Etsy has a lot of paperwork. I have to do all the printing, crafting myself and then sell it and then ship it. So I'm taking a lot of risks and responsibility and investments. And also I have to pay them to use the shop, so there aren't a lot of reasons to use Etsy for me. I've made a shop, but I haven't put anything there yet because the disadvantages outweigh any advantages. I like Lulu and Society 6 a lot because they publish, they print, they ship. If something gets lost in the mail, they send it again on their costs. Um, I'm I only take like 10% of the whatever is sold. So 10% is a fair percentage. On Etsy you keep it all, but then you have a lot of extra costs with production, with shipping. So I prefer Lulu and Society 6 because it's more advantageous to me from a financial point of view. Redbubble and Zazzle are like Society 6. They're print-on-demand websites, but the community is kind of non-existent. The staff is really up in the air, and the membership isn't that large. They're not particularly interconnected with other social media sites. Like for example, Society 6 is linked with Facebook and Twitter, and you have the option when you publish something there that it goes to your social media accounts without you having to do anything extra. It publishes automatically. Other things that are good to have are like websites or blogs. I know that BlogsPress pays for your content, but I've started with WordPress. I have a big page there, and I just use it to update the most important things. I'm not very active there because I'm not that much of a blogger. WordPress.com. So this is my blog on WordPress, and I just post the most important news. I post like maybe once or twice a month. I post updates on the board game that I'm working on, and the fact that I'm reopening commissions. Hi Alan, how are you? My schedule, what updates have come up. So it's useful to have a blog, even if you're not a writer. Another place where I have an outlet is on Tapastic. You know, if you're a comic book writer, it's good to be on social media channels that are on self-publishing platforms that are oriented towards comic books. And there are a lot of channels out there, not as many as for print on demand. Yeah. So, like, I wanted to discuss here the two main ones that I'm aware of, like Webtoon and Tapastic. And Webtoon is a Korean-based platform, and it's a lot more cutthroaty. You have big contests with large payouts. You have comic book writers there that are full-time exclusive, and they get paid significantly more than on Tapastic. Like for example, Awkward Yeti is on Webtoon. So he now posts his stories exclusively here. You can have an income of $2,000 to $3,000 a month by being a artist selected by Webtoon, and you get to be featured and you get a lot more promotion. So it has definitely substantial financial advantages over Tapastic. But if you're small and up and coming, Tapastic, yes, $2,000 to $3,000 a month. But you have competitions and votings, and some artists tell their following go and downvote the other artists so that my comic gets on top and that I win. So it's a lot more vicious environment from what I hear on the forums. And you know, when you have so much money, it can attract more competitive people that are more aggressive and less friendly. So like I said, if you're an established artist that is thick-skinned and you want more money, Webtoon is definitely the place for you. Maybe, I don't know. I prefer Tapastic because I'm an up-and-coming comic book writer. I'm just beginning to write comics, so I appreciate the community there much more. The staff on Tapastic is really nice. I've heard a lot of bad stuff about the staff and the community on Webtoon, so I'm not gonna go there anytime soon. I'm gonna stay on Tapastic. Maybe I'll look into it later, I don't know to tell you now. Other places that you as an artist can showcase your uh, images are, you know, like Flickr, which is practically dead by now, DeviantArt, which has become kind of crappy place. There are a lot of art theft. It's kind of hard to sell any image. They have print on demand options, but I've never sold anything there. I don't know people that have had a lot of success selling there. I've had most success on Society 6. Behance is another place where you can showcase your portfolio. I haven't used Behance that much. Friends of mine have used it. Um, they didn't think much of it. Yes, very crappy DeviantArt. I'm really sorry because it started out pretty good, but it just went downhill and a lot of unpleasant people in the community there. And you can also use LinkedIn to showcase your capabilities. Um, Behance and LinkedIn can be used like that. You can also use Society 6 as a portfolio demonstration. I think it's better to have less accounts that you have to manage and have to check the mails weekly, because it can be very tiring and time consuming. So, you know, I would recommend using Society 6 and just having everything there. If you're a musician, you can use SoundCloud and YouTube and other things like that to showcase your singing skills. And now, last but not least, the funding platforms. Kickstarter is a nightmare. It has a lot of problems. The way you might get penalized, or yeah, a lot of problems with Kickstarter, and it's very flooded with bad content, with flashy, um, spammy, dishonest content and products. I would not use Kickstarter because I would have a hard time reaching people. Also, people are distrustful of Kickstarter, so there are not a lot of good people there. I don't know that much about Indiegogo. Generally, I haven't heard any bad things about it. I haven't used it yet, so it might be good for you. I don't know. GoFundMe. It's pretty okay, I guess. A lot of people are using it now with, for example, the forest fires in Canada. People have been left without a house, so they're using now GoFundMe to raise money. I don't know why they're not just calling their relatives and asking for money, why they're using that. Uh, I don't know, really. Yeah, also, too is interconnected with a lot of charities, and you can donate there if you want to help other people. Patreon is dedicated to funding original content creators. For example, like I said, Gamer Cat is there, and you can become a patron and help her continue to make the awesome comics that you love. And you can do that by donating to her on Patreon, and she will give you some rewards for that, like wallpapers. Yeah, Patreon is pretty cool, but there's just so much red tape and such a kerfuffle. Patreon, like on Etsy, it asks for so much documentation, and I don't understand why they need all of that. It just seems like it's really complicated. Patreon is only for Americans. So only if you're an American citizen you can do that, because you have to give them your ID and your address and all that stuff. So if you don't have them, because you don't live in America, you can't access Patreon, which really sucks. Yes. Yeah, I know, and it sucks. And I don't understand how you can do that, because I know Preston Jacobs. Yeah, I know, because for example, Preston Jacobs, I think he's American, but he lives in Germany now, so I don't know. He is on Patreon and he is getting funded. He just his followers raised $1,000 to take him to meet the author George R.R. Martin of Game of Thrones, if you know Game of Thrones. So Preston Jacobs through Patreon was founded to get a dinner with him. Yeah, and discuss with him. So I don't know, maybe he is German and now lives in America. But anyway, Patreon is at the moment only for Americans, from what I've read, latest news. So it kind of sucks because I'm a European citizen. So I'm I can make an account and I can donate money to others, but I can't receive money myself. So when I found this out, I had already created an account. And I can't get anything because I'm not able to fill out all the forms. Yeah, it's kind of sad that Patreon you cannot get funded unless you're an American citizen. I don't know, that's what I read in the documentation, that I have to fill out. I don't know, I have to fill out the EDS form and E19 form and some other things. Maybe I don't know. I have this. My button is active, but I asked Keirani yesterday to try and see if she can donate anything out of curiosity, and she wasn't able to, so I don't know what the whole thing is. I will talk with you then after this stream, because I would really like to know how she does it. Because if there is a way around this complication, maybe I understood wrongly or she knows something else, that would be awesome to clear up. At the moment I'm using Twitch donations, which doesn't have any problems like that. You don't have to fill up a whole bunch of paperwork, because you're using PayPal, and if you have PayPal you've already been verified. So let me just go to Twitch. Okay. So on Twitch I set this up from my settings. I've connected my Twitch alert account to Twitch. I just had to click OK. Yeah, and it's really easy. I just set it up in like 15 minutes. It wasn't that hard. No, because if you have a PayPal account, you've already been verified that you're not a crook, that you're not whatever. Yes, that's what I said too. Cool, yeah, and I learned this from Mana Up. Like I said, Mana Up is a great group to join. Mana Up, because there are a lot of cool and nice people there that teach me a lot of things about these that I didn't know. So thank you Mana Up for all the info. And I set up this and I put the little button here. I made one in the info part with my panels. And I already had my account verified years ago. I had filled all the paperwork then, so I'm glad that I don't have to go through all of that again because it's very time consuming and annoying. And if you've been verified once and you haven't done anything bad, if you're a small account, it can be frustrating to be verified again and again and again. And if you don't even have large volumes of money that you have to pass, then I don't see why any, I don't know, um, uh, organization would bother with you. Like, for example, in the United States, if you make less than $600 a month, nobody's gonna care about you. If you make more than that, then you have to file some paperwork, and if you don't file the paperwork, then um, if you get into trouble, I don't know exactly what the whole process is, but you have to take care of the paperwork, but only if it surpasses a certain amount of money. If you just do yard sales or small stuff like that, they're not gonna bother to take every last penny off of you. And I think that's okay, because if you're just a startup and you can't afford to do much, it's very discouraging to start a business in other countries where there's this huge amount of paperwork for nothing, and they have huge taxes for nothing. If you're small, they're not gonna take much from you. The paperwork that you're filing costs more than the actual taxes you have to pay. So that's why countries like the US are much more permissive and encouraging to start a business in. So that was it for today on the presentation. Thank you for joining me. I love to hear your thoughts on this whole situation. If you have something you would like to tell me or ask, please do. Team Mana Up is the name. Let me just go to 2 because I know you are on 2 like me. So my channels. Team Mana Up is just a little group that has just started. There are a bunch of nice people that were on 2 for a long time, and then they had work and they had to leave 2, but now they've managed to get back together and to start this because it's something that they wanted to do for a long time. And comic writers, musicians, gamers, just a whole bunch of things. Yeah, it's on 2 as well. It's on Facebook, it's on 2. They wanted to do forum for their own website, and unfortunately their programmer kind of bailed out, so now they're looking for a programmer to help them. It's a non-profit organization. It's just people helping people, because starting your own little business on the internet is hard, and if there are things that you don't learn at school. So like for example, this tutorial that I've made today and other tutorials that I've made before, I've made for them to help the other members, and just share the information out there to help other people. Any other questions you had? Okay, then I will also go. Are you on Facebook, Alan? Thank you. My pleasure. You can just you can PM me. Yeah, you can find my Hisame artwork on Facebook. Um, you can PM me your account, or can find me in June's friend list and add me there, so I can invite you to the Facebook page, Facebook group as well. And then I can invite you to the group as well. We're trying to get organized and to start doing weekly events and tutorials like this, and gaming night and book club night, and just share the information that is out there and that is useful. Awesome. If that was all, I will leave you. Do you have any other questions? Okay, then. Thank you for joining me. I'm very happy I was able to help you with this and clarify some things. If you have any other questions, you can always message me on whatever platform we're friends or you're following me on. As you can see, I'm in a lot of places, but I am most active on two, on Facebook and on YouTube. So, see you there. Bye bye.